Okay, so welcome to the first ever edition of Everybody's Lion. I am your host, Harvey Banks. If you are watching this on YouTube right now, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, all of those things that trick algorithms into thinking that I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Um, Couple things to probably clean up from the jump. This is either about to be your favorite new channel. So if that's the case, go ahead and subscribe now, or this will be the last time that you come here. Um, I have no idea how this is about to go. I have only promised myself one thing, and that is that I am going to sit right here and I am going to tell you the truth as I see it. And we are going to decipher some of the things that they, I hate the proverbial they, but like that they present to you on a daily basis. Um, let's talk about the title for a little bit. Everybody's lying. I don't mean that everybody is legitimately running out here trying to deceive you and tell you lies and present some facade. What I mean by that is like, yes, there are people out there doing that shit, but for the most part, the everyday people that you deal with, they're lying to you only because they're afraid of what the truth may be. And truth is funny because, well, fear is funny, and how fear plays with truth is kind of funny because they can legitimately believe that they feel the way they feel for the reasons that they think they feel that way. Long sentence, but stay with me here. I do believe that, like, for the most part, people are honest and want to be honest, but that fear of being judged, that fear of looking stupid, or the fear of just being wrong kind of puts everybody into playing this role. You got to play this role because you don't want the consequences that come along with possibly saying something controversial or actually speaking your mind. Here recently on the internet, TikTok in particular, there was a pretty popular challenge going around where I don't have TikTok. I've had TikTok multiple times. Honestly, I just couldn't get into it. So I finally was just like, yo, this is not for me. So I stepped away from it. But the people that I work with, really big on TikTok. Like they love TikTok. Everything they talk about is I heard on TikTok. And there was this challenge going around where they were saying, we listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. But we probably should. Like that's kind of my stance on that. And just the statement alone would bother me. If you want to know what the challenge is, you say that, and then a person that ideally loves you will say something about you that's like true, but still kind of fucked up. Like we listen, but we don't judge. The person running or the person this wears yoga pants every day, but ain't walked a mile. Something stupid like that. Blah, blah, blah. You know how it works. But yeah, we had a meeting at work and at the end of the meeting, it was just chill. We was relaxed. I lied. Actually, this shit was Thanksgiving. We ate a meal together. And then afterwards, they kind of played this little game. It was fun. It was funny. It was cute. They did what they needed to do. But like, my fucking brain, man, my brain, I'm sitting here watching people talk to people and say these effed up things that they normally say in text messages to other people about that person out loud with like the audible LOL, you know what I mean? So it makes it okay. It's a challenge. We can say it. It's funny, even though it's true. And this is really how we feel. So I was thinking to myself, like, this is like they've created an interesting way to say how they really feel. And I ain't like that because it kind of reinforced that we have gotten to a place where just telling the truth or being different, having a different idea is fucked up and could come with consequences outside of just, people looking at you like a weirdo. I've seen it cost people jobs, cost people marriages, relationships, etc. And I am currently married, as you can see. So my brilliant idea to combat all of that was I'm going to get on YouTube and talk shit. And I'm going to do it in such a way that by the end of this, you're probably going to say, his poor wife, I'm surprised she don't leave him. That nigga is crazy. All of that. And all of that may be true. She's not going nowhere, but that might be true. So when thinking about what I wanted to talk about today, it was easy. And only because this one, let me start from the beginning. About 3 weeks ago at this point, I discovered what the 75 hard challenge is, right? 75 hard challenge every single day. Now, let me be clear. I was on this adventure for a weight loss challenge, but it's not really meant for weight loss. Like, you can lose weight on it and the discipline can lead to you losing weight, but it's not really designed just for you to lose weight. It's a discipline challenge. And essentially every single day you're going to take in a gallon of water. You're going to read for 15 minutes. You're going to get 2 45-minute workouts in. One of them has to be outdoors, rain, sleet, hail, shine, whatever. No alcohol, and follow a diet. And you can pick the diet, but you must follow that diet strictly. Every single thing, every single day. There's no rest days. If you miss something, challenge over, you must start over. My wife started doing it first. It was interesting to me. I decided I wanted to give it a shot as well. Spoiler alert, made it 13 days and that didn't go well. But during that whole time, during those 13 days, I believe I consumed more YouTube content than I ever have in my lifetime, right? I wanted to see other people on the journey. Then it just started to feed me weight loss, health and wellness channels. You know how the algorithm works. And the world's a funny place, bro. Like, every other video was a contradicting method to lose weight. Like, I would get a keto video, which, if you don't know, keto is essentially you eliminate all carbs from your diet. Your body goes into the ketogenic state, which you are burning fat for fuel as opposed to sugars and carbs. And a lot of people lose weight that way. And I know it's supposedly healthy for people that are diabetic, all these great things about it. 2 videos later, it's why keto is killing you. And it is a video with science saying that the keto diet is actually killing people. And it's like, oh shit. They're like, hey, you're going to clog your arteries. You're eating too much fat, too much red meat, too much this. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, actually. What good is that skinny frame if your heart's going to stop, right? So it's like, dang, well, that's crazy. Well, what should I be eating? And it says a plant-based diet or a vegan diet or something like that. Then you go into the vegan diet and I'm like, okay, that's cool. They just gave me some science telling me why, this is going to help my blood flow better. My A1C is going to go down. The cholesterol is going to go down. I'm going to feel great. The blood, everything's going to be great. Going to add years back to your life. Next video after that, being vegan is going to kill you. And so I was like, well, damn. Then it gives me all these, you're going to be nutrient deficient. You're not getting enough minerals. What about your protein? You're going to die without protein. And I'm like, well, damn. So now what am I supposed to do? And so when I think to myself, hey, we should just eat less than we burn. And we should lose weight because Some people that sounded like they had some just common sense in their brains was like, yeah, let's do that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So it don't really matter what you eat. And they're like, well, not really, you know. I was like, they're like, a calorie is a calorie, but like a calorie is also like, there's also like different grades of calories. So like a calorie is not a calorie, but it is kind of. So I'm like, what? Confused, right? So then it's like, yeah, a calorie is a calorie, but we can get like, you'll feel fuller if you get the whole grains and the real foods and all of this. And I'm like, all right, that does make sense, actually. That like you want to be able to hit your macros, get your proteins in. You're going to need those carbs to get through these workouts, especially since you're doing 2 45-minute workouts. You're going to need this. And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. This is probably the best way to go, which it still may be the best way to go. But for dramatic effect, roll with me here. This might be the best way to go. The very next video, or actually, don't even let me lie. For the next week, every other video was someone saying, I'm on the sugar diet, where literally all I'm eating is sugar and losing weight. And I'm like, you're going to fucking die. Like, that doesn't make everything I know or everything I thought we knew about this says that you're going to die. Why would you do that? And it's like, well, damn, he is losing weight. Well, wait, is a calorie really a calorie? Who knows? We don't fucking know. They don't fucking know. I came to the conclusion quite quickly that everybody's lying. Here's the thing. I want to be clear about this part. I am not on here giving you nutrition advice. I'm still in the process myself. Okay? I'm not trying to give you the nutrition advice, but I'm pretty sure they're lying. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm not 100% sure because, again, I'm no expert, but I can safely say that shit sounds crazy. I now feel like I have the obligation and the duty to point out when I don't know if that's true or not, but the shit just sounds crazy. That's kind of my new saying, right? I don't know if it's true, but that shit just sounds crazy. So then you're left at the end of the day wondering to yourself, well, damn, what can I believe? I don't know. There's no grand conclusion, close the door on this thing. I still don't fucking know because everyone's lying. You're going to die if you eat all sugar. You're probably going to die if you eat all meat. You're going to get super fat if you eat those carbs, but you're not going to be able to work out if you don't eat those carbs. Everybody is lying. And then you have to ask yourself why. And again, I'm not stupid, especially when it comes to tech and things. I've known what YouTube was for a very long time. I just wasn't a big time YouTube consumer until here recently. And I personally I've done businesses where I've done marketing. I've done social media marketing. I've taken courses. I'm also just pretty good at figuring out advertising and marketing when it's done really well and when it's not. So my ability to just sit and enjoy some things on the internet is a little bit jaded because I know when I'm just simply being marketed to. Now, my wife, on the other hand, I love her. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to the advertising and marketing, she's kind of gullible. But I don't even know if it's fair calling her gullible because I think 95% of the internet is this way. And so I'm watching some of these videos that she's watching with some of these creators. I just want to call them advertisers. This is what you're doing. And I'm like, hey, this is just to get views. Like they're doing this for the money. They don't really feel that way. And I'm like, they don't feel this strongly about this. There's no way. They're doing this. Like, what does YouTube monetization look like? Because they're doing a lot for the views. I know that they're smarter than this, but they're counting on you not being smarter than this. So like, it got real interesting. Like, and then my brain went down that rabbit hole of, let me just watch a lot of content, and just to see how many of these people are bullshitting, how many of these people are keeping it real, how many are trying to keep it real. They just may believe some wrong or bad things. And some of these people I can tell have calculated based on their CPMs and RPMs. I just learned what those mean in YouTube world recently. This ain't that type of video, so if you want to know what that shit means, you can go look that up for yourself. Some of them have calculated. I'm gonna hit this 30 times. It's gonna bother me. Some of them have clearly calculated how much money they're getting per video. So they are releasing videos not to educate you, not even to entertain you. Because I don't really come to YouTube to be educated all the time. I do come for some good education, but like, I also just like to be entertained. Like, be funny. I don't need you to tell the truth. Just be funny. They're not even looking to entertain you. They're selling to you. They're trying to be the most controversial. They're just doing whatever they can do to get views. And to do so, they just be on here lying their ass off. So there's this girl that my wife and I don't know how I do know how we stumbled across her. Fitting, actually. There started to pop up these like accounts, these YouTube accounts where they literally nameless and faceless, like they got some generic stupid name and they never put their actual face to it, and all they do is react to other people's videos, mainly fat people, and make fun of them, right? And so here's the thing. If the jokes are good, I'm in, because I like funny at whoever's expense, even mine, right? Save comedy. If the jokes are good, cool. If you're doing it in a unique fashion, cool. But these are not even creative. Like, they have realized that we can either be the creator that creates something and makes the money, or we can create something based off of what they created and still make the money. Because the creator becomes polarizing. There's this girl named AmberLynn Reid. I'm going to put her picture up right here. Somewhere over here. Big girl. So we got to, I'm just kidding. See, I'm joking. Loosen up. But there you go. They like to really, really hate this girl, right? And here's the thing. She's a tricky case because I also believe that she be out here lying. I just don't believe she tells the truth always either. I think she originally came to the internet under a legitimate guise. I think it was a legitimate, I love to vlog my life. I want to share my life. She's made her story all about her weight. So I do think it is fair for people to have reactions and opinions on her weight. I want to be clear about that. Honey, you came to the party. That's how the party is going to get down, especially when you make everything about your weight. Where I feel like they lying is the people that simply love AmberLynn are going to be willing to support her no matter what. So they're willing to go in the comments, and even when she says some shit that sounds crazy, some shit that just don't make no sense. She said some shit like she was holding 40 pounds of water, and then 2 days later, the swelling and the 40 pounds of water went away. Not an expert. I don't want to pretend to be. Still a big boy trying to work on that. But I'm also not stupid. Girl, you're not holding 40 pounds of water. You went on a bender over the weekend or something. I don't know what happened. I'm joking again. But In the comments, the people that support her are like, yeah, I got an auntie that retains water like that. Or I retain water like that too. Bitch, you've never fucking retained that much water. Stop. You do not know. Tell her, bitch, you know that's not water. Girl, you gain weight. That's okay. You're already 500 pounds. We're supposed to believe you're what, 300 and some pounds worth of water? Hell no. And that's okay. The people that hate her, all you talk about is your weight. You count your calories wrong. This, and that. Says she's going to lose weight, but never lose weight. They lying too. Over half of them, based on statistics, are also overweight. Here's what you're using AmberLynn for. You are using her to say, Lisa, I ain't that bad. Okay. I feel better about myself because I'm fat, but like, I'm not AmberLynn fat. So I should take some kind of comfort in that and leaving a bad comment, because that'll show her, that'll whip her in shape and make her get her shit together. It'd be dudes on there that be putting like whale emojis on there. Some of the jokes be funny as shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I be laughing with them too. Some of them are funny, but like it's a bunch of guys in there talking about how disgusting and how nasty she is because she's big. They're doing that because they don't want to say the truth, that we've all fucked some big ones. And if you know, you know. So while they're in the comments saying she's huge, she's a whale, she's disgusting, she's this, she's that, when they're with their closest confidants and friends, they're probably actually saying, would, and you move on from there. Again, if you know, you know. Stop fucking lying to yourselves. You're fat too, and you're trying to use this girl's, I almost called that shit bravery. I don't think she's brave. I think she figured out the fucking money play. But another topic for another day. But you're using her to feel better about yourself. That's cool. And you girls that are just blindly supporting her, you're just hoping that somebody ever blindly supports you in the dumb shit that you do in your life too. And that's cool too. But y'all can lie to yourselves. Stop fucking lying to us. We know what's really going on. Amber also. Girl, we see how you playing with these titles and you doing all this stuff. Relax. If you want to lose weight, focus on losing the weight. If you don't want to lose weight because it's profitable for you to not lose the weight, I mean, I guess just keep doing what you're doing then. It's working.